Boo! I'm the Ghost, and today we are back with long-form Spongebob content. That's right, retrospectives are back, and before football season begins, I think it's a perfect time to fulfill my promise of doing more of these. So here we are, SpongeBob Season 2. Let's just start and kick it off. SpongeBob Season 2 is usually considered to be the best. I don't think it's that way, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Season 2 is divisive in the SpongeBob community, with some people thinking it's the peak of it, and others thinking it's the worst of the pre-movie era. The second season for almost every show is important. Season 2 builds the ground. Now you gotta build the house. You tell me if that makes sense. And SpongeBob Season 2 loves showing this wacky world, inside the sea, outside the sea, all that surrounds Bikini Bottom. Last time, the first thing I talked about was the look of the show. And I gotta say something about Season 2. I like the way that it transitions from cell animation to digital animation. I think it looks good. Someone would say it looks worse or better, but for me, it looks just right. We also get some CGI and green screen if you look back in some episodes. They really like experimenting with the look of the show and different ways to make certain parts of the world look alive. For example, the stadium, instead of just drawing the stadium, they did a 3D model of it. That's it for look of the show. I noticed a very recurring pattern this season. One that sometimes works and sometimes fails miserably. And that is a sudden focus for plot twists. The clearest example I can think of are these episodes. I think most of them work, all of them to a degree are clever, except for one, but I'll get to that in the next video. But they really like doing plot twists. 13 episodes have some degree of twist at the end that changes everything seen previously, which kind of hurts the replay value of the season. However, not all episodes are like this. Some just evolve the story forward and have a natural conclusion. But I don't think it's ever done to this degree again. I appreciate them wanting to take a gamble, and for the most part, they are successful. For the most part! This season has less weird plots than Season 1, more inside the world than out of it, or just fantasy sequences. Just give it around 8 years to change. Another thing I noticed are musical guests. Not voice guests, specifically musical guests. We got Pantera, Ween doing Loop De Loop, the Capsules doing Boozy Boots. Yes, that's the name of the song, like the episode. I'll leave all the songs down in the description. Don't worry about it. Not too many, but interesting. They had guys come in for one specific theme that was never used again. It's time now for the Character Championship! Patrick had a pretty good year, being the focus on some episodes, but in some others he was just absent. Sunny had an evolution, going more from the squirrel that fights to the squirrel that does almost everything, even go on land. Mr. Krabs started showing more cheapness and less of that fraternal side. The days of playing with SpongeBob are now gone. He will now try to fleece SpongeBob to have an income. Squidward might be the MVP. He does have some of the best episodes, really the best, but the true MVP of the season is SpongeBob. He appears in every episode and always gets paired up with someone else. You can tell this is a year where the writers were saying what duo is the best for SpongeBob, but he really put in the work to come out as the funniest character this season. I really like his version of SpongeBob. He goes through every emotion this year, the lowest, the highest. It's all in this same year. They really expanded the characters this year. What they do, what they like, how they live. A little too much of how they live. So that is all. The SpongeBob wins the year. As you know, I will do the top 5 worst of the season and the top 10 best of the season. So as I said last time, take your time and go watch the season. I would love to hear your thoughts on the year. I think Season 2 nailed it what it was going for. Many memorable moments from the quotes from this season. And it's one of the most beloved of the whole show. And that is my conclusion of Season 2. People love it because it deserves to be loved. This is the Gamer Ghost, and I would have loved to see fly fishing